So in downtown Worcester, there's been this Airstream rally.
And everyone has been so upset about
I
it.
know. And people are bitching about it. We had customers coming in. They're like, there's no parking. All the streets are blocked off. And I'm like, we can't control that.
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm sorry, it's a weekend. It's not like they're here to stay for 2 weeks.
Yeah. It was literally Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday today. Ugh.
People.
But literally, my favorite thing I saw about it was on Facebook, and someone was like, amazing when the homeless set up camp on the streets of downtown Worcester, the police chase them away.
Yeah.
But when you're a rich white old person, they throw you a festival. And I was like,
yes.
Stop.
Yes.
It was so funny.
Yes. That's exactly it, though.
It really is. I thought that was funny.
Yeah.
But okay. So this last stuff, the last two things I'm going to talk about for catch-up time are more serious.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday after work, I had visited my parents. And of course, I've already talked to you about this.
Yes.
But
called directly after.
yes. My dad, myself, and my mom were sitting in their backyard because I was picking up something from my dad. Wink. Because I was actually going up to a D&D session, which will be in the Cena segment. But we're sitting in the backyard talking. My mom was telling us some news, and then all of a sudden we heard this loud gunshot. And it wasn't a bang. You know, when you hear a real gunshot, you know what a gunshot sounds like. Absolutely. And we were like, fuck. And I'm like, you guys go inside. I'm like, I got to get my phone from the car, and I'm calling 911. So I did and reported it and the location and everything. And they're like, well, we'll send someone over to investigate it. My parents didn't stay inside.
Of course not.
They went inside the back
Neither
door.
one of them have that kind of personality.
No, and went straight out the front door. And so I had hung up and with 911, and I was trying to find my parents. I went upstairs. For some odd reason, I thought they were going to obey me. I checked for them upstairs and throughout the house, and I'm like, oh fuck, they're probably out on the street. And so I had called Andrew and informed him what I heard and told him to keep the dogs inside. And I step out on the street in the front yard, and 2 houses up from my parents, all of a sudden I see my mom is on the ground with her hands on a man's chest. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I was still on the phone with Andrew, and I hung up. I'm like, I have to call the police again. And so I called and I reported it. I'm like, I'm like, we need a squad now. There is a man who's been shot. He's on the ground. And they're like, oh, we're aware there's a situation on Larwell. And I'm like, no, I think you misunderstand me. There is a man bleeding on the ground. I need a squad right now.
Yeah.
And, I got off the phone with them, and it was just a surreal kind of thing. And I don't remember if I told you, but I don't think, and the man did end up passing away.
Yeah.
Later on in the hospital, whatever. But I don't think I'll ever forget, his eyes were so big.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, understandably.
Yes.
And, I made eye contact with him. And, we're all just standing around there. My mom's holding his chest until the police got there and everything. And I'd run back in the house, and I'd gotten a cup of water and a towel. Because, my mom's not wearing gloves or anything.
Yeah.
And so
And around here, you never know.
You never know. And she got up, and she just stood there with her hands kind of up. My mom is, my mom. She's an action person.
Yes.
And then once she's done with the action, then she has time to think about it. Which, again, or I should say, I'm kind of the same way.
Yes.
And she's just standing there, and I was like, Mom, put your hands out. And she's just staring at that guy. And I was like, Mom, put your hands out right now. You don't know what he's got.
Yeah.
You don't know what he's got. Put your hands out.
You don't know what's in his system.
In his blood, nothing. And so I made her wash her hands out there. And then after we made police statements, we went back inside. And Mom washed her hands again, all the way up to the elbow kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was
surgeon style.
Yeah, it was just not what I was expecting for my 10-minute stop at my parents', which turned into a half hour. But then she had texted us later on that evening and said, because you had sent me something.
Yes, something that I saw on Facebook.
Yeah. And then Mom texted a little while after that confirming it.
Yeah.
And I was like, man. And now my mom's...
Who did she hear it from?
I don't know who she heard it from.
I didn't know she heard it maybe from like the neighbor that came down and maybe talked
Might
to
have.
her.
The one guy...
Yeah.
They both live up there.
Yes.
And my parents talk to the people with all the foster kids all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think my mom's having some sort of like weird survivor's guilt. Mm-hmm. That she's like, oh, maybe I didn't do enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you did everything you could.
Yes.
I'm like, you're a first responder, not a paramedic.
Exactly.
Like it's totally different. Like you're only there until someone else who's more qualified can take over.
Yeah.
And so, because like I had talked to my dad, and my mom's been like cleaning the house. That's how
she's dealing with it in her own way.
Yeah, my parents always say they're Marthas and Marys. My dad's a Mary, my mom's a Martha.
Yeah.
And so he was like, your mom's being a Martha and dealing with it the way she needs to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh. And I told her, I was like, Mom.
Martha as in cleaning and cooking,
doing
and
things.
Mary as in praying.
Yes.
Just wanted
Makes
to make sure
sense.
I'm a Martha.
Yeah, I know. I'm also a Martha.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I told my mom, I was like, you know what? And I told Adric this last night too. I was like, Mom, I know the guy passed away. I'm like, but it doesn't make you any. I'm like, how did I tell it to her? I'm like, you acted when you needed to act. I'm like, regardless of how it ended up being, I'm like, you were a hero. So I guess the last thing I wanted to talk about is that Tuesday this week will be 1 year for the anniversary of my friend Steven's death. And that has been weighing really heavy on my mind. And I know it's even more so been weighing really heavy on Dustin's mind.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons we're all getting together.
Mm-hmm.
And I know we're going to go down and
Saturday I just have Titus's game and then I'm available.
I work
to
Saturday
go down.
morning. So.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if we were going down like in the morning. I didn't know if you already had that weekend off.
No, I don't.
Okay.
No.
Oh no, I knew that.
Yeah,
I knew that.
So I work Saturday morning anyways.
Yeah. Okay.
So it won't be until the afternoon when we head down. I think Daddy's coming in on Thursday now, actually.
Oh.
Yeah. So we'll have Daddy for a lot of days. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm like, I definitely need to make Hotel Burns warm and welcoming. And
Ideas are fluttering.
Of course they are. But I guess I never want my friend Steven's memory to be lost. And I know I've been kind of distant lately because I've just been overwhelmed with everything. I miss you, Steven. And we won't forget you.
It's Fact of the Week. So we have from 1935 at Forbes Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Babe Ruth hit his 714th and final home run.
Wow.
Yeah. And then in 1977, Star Wars opened Memorial Day weekend, marking the biggest entertainment juggernaut in modern popular culture. And then in 1994, this one was just too interesting not to involve. Okay. I don't know who he is. I probably would if I researched him. But George Swanson was buried in Brush Creek Cemetery in the driver's seat of his 1984 white Corvette in Hempfield County, Pennsylvania. Like, he was buried in a car. With his car. Could you imagine? Like, there's a cemetery that has a plot as big for a car.
Rich people live a different life.
Dude, they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
And none of the bangers were really hitting it. So we went with, in 2005, Carrie Underwood won season 4 of American Idol on Fox, which can never go wrong with some Carrie Underwood.
No. My one coworker, the old man I was working with,
Yes.
he was like, man, I can't. He's like, that's just one person I can't
Get
get down with. He's like, Carrie Underwood, just ugh. And I'm like, stop it. I'm
I
like,
look back,
stand Carrie
I
Underwood
look
in
back
this
at some of
office.
her songs, and I'm like, kind of cringe about it. But what songs don't you do that with?
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Yeah.
All right. So on to the episode.
All right, Nicole, why don't you tell us what we're doing?
We're basically playing the headbands game. We made our own cards. We're going to lick them and stick them to our foreheads because we don't have tape.
And they worked
Yeah.
on the trial run.
On the trial run. We'll see how things progress. So Cena wrote things to put on my forehead that I have to guess and vice versa.
I think you're going to love them. They're all personalized.
Now we do it at the same time. And like I'll ask a question and then you'll ask a question. Okay?
Is
That makes
this
sense?
right way up?
Yes. Is this right way up?
Yes.
Okay. I'm so happy you got that one first.
I'm glad you got yours first.
All right. Go ahead. You start with the first question if you want.
Am I a person?
Yes. Are you or am I a person?
No.
Okay.
Am I a musician?
No.
Okay.
Am I a physical object? Like I could hold it in my hands?
No. Am I a celebrity?
No.
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 Okay.
Okay, so I am not a person or something I can touch.
I don't know like if this one's gonna be really hard or not.
Okay. Am I a place?
No.
Okay.
Am I an American?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I know this thing well?
Yes. Yes, I would think so.
Okay.
I'm not a celebrity. I'm an American. Am I Percy?
No, but that would have been a good one. I know it well.
Yeah. This one's going to be hard. I feel like I could give you hints, but I don't want to give it away.
I'll ask for hints if I need it.
Okay.
Okay. Am I in a movie?
Kind of.
Okay.
This one's going to be hard.
Okay.
Am I a political figure?
No.
Okay. Am I my dad?
No. Also would have been a good one. Okay, I need a hint, I think.
It's a technically made up word, but like you know it well.
Is it from Harry Potter?
Maybe.
Oh, okay. Let's get jiggy with it.
Am I one of our old coworkers?
No.
Okay.
All right. Am I Salazar Slytherin?
Not quite.
Not quite? Who the... Hold on. Am I the Half-Blood Prince?
It's a half something.
Oh.
I'm surprised you don't have it already.
Okay, go ahead. I have an idea.
Am I someone from Worcester?
Yes. Am I a